What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the CP Podcast, man. I'm your host, CP, and this is the CP Podcast. We're talking about the shit CP want to talk about. And also, what my co-hosts want to talk about. It's 2024, man. 2024. That means that Back to the Future is based in the past.
That's true.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Maya's in the building. What's going on?
I had a great New Year.
Oh man, I love to hear that, man. I want to hear all about it. But first, I gotta introduce the engineer. Amir is in the building. Yes, Amir the engineer. That's his new rap name. Amir the engineer. That's sweet. That's kind of sweet. Anyway, so what happened? How was your New Year, Maya? What happened?
Great. Got a new dog.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Australian Shepherd mix.
Of course. That's one of them dogs being them deodorant commercials. Just run and jump on the back like, yeah, buddy. And it's like, deodorant. Yeah, look at this dog. Look at this dog. Jesus Christ.
That's not our dog. That's the kind it is. And he's a working dog.
Wow.
He's like a grown man.
Wow. Yeah, they look doggy.
Yeah, like Lassie.
They look doggy. That's what's up. Okay, so wait a minute. Border Collie, Australian Shepherd mix. The Border Collie is the Lassie, right?
Was Lassie a Border Collie?
Yeah, I do believe Lassie was a Border Collie.
And then, this new one, I guess it came out in California, the Australian Shepherd. It's called an Australian Shepherd, but it's from California.
They bred them here?
Yeah.
In California?
Yeah. Look up what kind of dog is Lassie, please. Because I want to say it's a Border Collie, but I'm not sure.
So a rough collie?
A rough collie dog. Okay.
Oh, so it's a type of collie.
Yeah, some kind of collie.
They're smart. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
I've always...
Yeah.
Okay, these dogs are kind of rare.
Lassie look like a white woman. And when are we going to stop? That's what it is. Look at her.
That picture, second to the last on the right side.
This one?
My bad.
Or this one here?
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
That looks majestic. Somebody just...
Yeah. It looked like it just left glamour shots. You know, it's about to go get Botox and a Starbucks.
This one. Oh, that's not real.
That's a stock. That looks AI.
That looks like AI.
Yeah,
Everything looks AI
smooth.
now.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely AI. That one's
That's
not,
a real
though.
picture, yeah.
That's too much. You have to be combing it
that's
all the time.
It almost got like
Yeah.
that shape that's remind me of like a wolf. You know, like the V in front.
It's almost like a mane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a doggy mane. Yeah, you're right. It does. It does look like a lion a little bit. Now that you say it, a white woman lion.
It's really skinny face.
Yeah, this skinny old face. Like he just jogs with weights in his hand. How's it going, guys? Anyway, beautiful dog. Beautiful dog. For anybody that's in the market for a dog, I do have 2 French Bulldog puppies left. 2 boys, blue and tan. They're pretty cool. You know what? I'm gonna sell them as a pair too. If you're trying to get 2 of them, I got a deal for you. Or if you and one of your friends want to go in, y'all get the deal still. Bam, blue and tan. Type in blue and tan. Blue and tan French Bulldog puppies. Yeah, yep. I have 2 of these.
Wow.
2 of these guys.
That is adorable.
Yeah, yep. I got one of those. And got another one that's just fat and strong. He doesn't have his prominent markings on the front, but then they're light. So he's still like a blue and tan, but he got like it's like Raphael and Michelangelo. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a little bit more edgier. But they're dope though. They're dope, man. And then I got a Irish Merle Blue Pied that I just brought home. His name's Louis. It's crazy.
You said blue pied?
Blue Pied Merle. Irish Blue Pied Merle. No, Merle. M-U-R-L. M-E-R-L-E.
Oh, Merle.
Yep.
Aww.
And so, let me see. Louis is not like any of these.
That one, like on the left there?
This one?
Yeah.
Something like that, but his Merle is only on the islands of his spots. So, like, keep going down. Let's see. Hold up. Type in French Bulldog, Irish Blue Pie Merle. I know it's crazy, but yeah, type in Irish Blue Pie Merle. Yeah. So like, okay, see the so go over all the way to the left. Yeah, right here. He's like that. That's how Louis is. Of
Oh,
course,
this dog got different color eyes.
he looks crazy and scary in the eyes, but that's how his markings are though.
How
Mm.
big are yours gonna get?
Probably like about the one that's right under your cursor.
This
That's
one, this guy.
right here. Yeah, that's about how big the dad is.
Okay.
You said
Yeah.
30 pounds.
30 pounds.
That's
He's a beefcake too. At 30 pounds, he's like a wrecking ball.
That's gotta be like muscle.
Yeah, all muscle,
Yeah,
all
because
muscle.
they're so low to the ground.
Yep. Yeah, man. So anyway, anybody looking for one of those, hit me up, man. I have 2 left, and I really want to get them gone, man. My mom is getting attached. I'm not trying to have my mom be no dog lady with 4 or 5 French Bulldog.
The
Get
dog
these damn
breeding
dogs
room.
out of our house, please.
But you can have one. Everyone's got to have a dog.
We kept one, Louis. We got Louis. He's the prince that was promised.
But your mom has them or you have them?
I have him, and my mom has me. We are together. We all a family. So, what'd you guys get for Christmas?
We don't do gifts in the house.
That's dope.
Just the baby.
That's dope. That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. That. Oh man, that sounds so good and affordable.
What did you get? What did you have to get? You gotta buy things. You
Man,
don't
I gotta
get the
buy
gifts.
stuff. Man, I got daughters. Man, they don't want to hear that. They like, okay, we need stuff because we were good, you know, and they weren't even good. But you know, that's just what kids. You threaten your kids like y'all better be good, clean this room up, but y'all ain't getting shit. But really, like we want them to have shit, and we want them to be good so that we can have shit with them. And I got daughters, man. The coolest shit that they wanted was these new Oculus 3s.
Oh,
VR.
those are
Yeah,
dope.
they got those. So they're VR and AR, which is dope because they got this game on there where it can like turn your like living room. So like, okay, imagine playing a zombie game, but the backdrop is your house. And so like it maps out your house. These are the windows, these are the doors, and then boom, you got zombies coming in your house.
Not like this.
Yeah,
That's the headset though.
that's the
It's just
headset,
at the headset.
Yeah.
right? But you see how like what
That's it's AR. So they're
AR,
using
right? So augmented reality. Yep. So it's gonna take what's really around you, and then it's gonna use it to kind of integrate into the game.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. We didn't
And
have
so-
anything like that as a kid.
And so what I like about it is that they had the Oculus Quest 2s. And so with that, you can't see around you. So I used to go up to them and just slap them on the back of the head. But they would just be walking around VR'd out. But now with this, it has a full color pass through so they could see what they're doing. And so, sometimes they ask for toys that I know that I'm going to want to play with too. So I'd be like, yeah, we can get that. We can get that. What else? I think my daughter got a computer. They wanted Apple Watches, which I wanted them to have Apple Watches too, because that's another device I can keep track of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important. If I want to text one of them, say, hey, I'm picking you up from school, or mommy's picking you up, bam, they got the watch. You know what I'm saying? If they want to cheat in class, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get them the tools. Shit, hey, what they do with it is what they do with it. But,
That's the one thing I did get because, people, his aunts got us some stuff. And I said, don't get anything for us, get it for the baby, whatever. But they got us some just Amazon money. So we got Apple tags,
oh,
the air tags. Yeah.
the air tags. And just
Yeah.
that goes with the baby wherever he goes.
Yep.
It'll track you.
Yep. You put one in your girl's ass too while she sleep. Like, what you about to do? Like, whatever you about to do. I'll be there. You always here. I'll be there. Say where you're not gonna be, and I'll be there.
Well, would you do it for a teenager? Because I'd be mad if my mom was tracking me as a teen. But for babies, it's like whatever.
I mean, what you need to track a baby for? You know where the fuck he at.
Oh, someone could take him.
I mean, that's true. That's true. People always overestimate the desirability of their baby. Like, everybody wants your damn baby. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might take our baby. He's delicious. Like, everybody wants that motherfucker baby. But, I mean, I feel you. Protect your investment. So, yeah, I would tag him. But, yeah, you definitely put one in your girl ass while she sleep.
I don't know. Do you actually track your wife's location?
No,
You don't?
but I don't. However, we got the Mercedes app. You know what I'm saying? So she has a Mercedes. So it's like she'd be like, "Stop tracking where I'm at," and I don't. But it's like sometimes you might be like, "Oh, okay, is she at the house? Is she gone?" You know what I'm saying? It's not like a malicious thing, but like, I know like I have my daughter's location on, but I don't like track my wife. That's weird because you just don't want to be that dude who like, you
All
know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, you kind of get into a little. It
Let
can
me
get a little
defend it.
scary.
I know it's not creepy. I
Okay.
just don't like to text Tony when he's driving because I don't want to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll look at his location, like, oh, he's driving. I'm not gonna text him. I'll wait till he gets to the office or he gets to where he's going. Then I'm gonna text him.
But text is not like a self-destructing message. Like text, you can send a text and he can get it. You saying you don't want to be responsible for him crashing and getting the text from you.
Exactly.
I mean,
I know it's paranoid, but
I
I
know
can
it's
be like,
paranoid, and it's like, I mean, I guess. I mean,
Okay, knowing Tony, I can see why.
because
Because
he's
you see a
gonna look at his
text.
phone.
yeah, because
He doesn't really like being on his phone too much. But
Let's
knowing
say-
that a text from you can make him think that there's something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
I
let's
get
say that
that.
he doesn't have the ponytail in. Let's say the hair's kind of down. So he got like, do this. And he's reading the text message, he's doing this. Boom. Yeah. Can't do that. I guess.
I don't think it's creepy.
Look at us justifying her sharing Tony's location. I just wanted to know what part of Vegas he was in exactly.
I don't think it's weird.
So I wouldn't text him. It's like, all right.
I share my location. My siblings know where I am. Tony knows where I am. I'm not gonna go missing for very long. I'll just say
dope.
that.
That's dope. That's dope. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if my wife went on my location and all that, I have no problem with sharing that either. But I also, how like they did this study where this job was telling people that they can have as much off time as they wanted and they could work as flexible as they wanted. And they did it as a experiment. And what they found was that productivity didn't change. Productivity went up like a vast amount of percent. The amount of days off people took stayed the same because people act like adults when you treat them like adults.
Mm.
And that's kind of what the study was based on. It's like, nobody wants to be micromanaged because it almost lends to the thought. It's almost like if you believe in deliberate creation or what's it called? The laws of attraction. It's almost like, the idea of having to monitor somebody lends to the thought of what is there to monitor. But then it's like, well, there's safety to monitor. And that's just the bottom line. It just is. The world is different, So,
But people also get really ornery when you start nagging them about things. They would do it naturally anyway, but you start nagging them and they're going to start, being difficult.
right.
So it's better not to nag.
Better not to nag. So what marriage advice? How long have you been married, Maya? Has it been a year yet?
Yeah, it was just a year. The baby was born 3 days shy of our anniversary. We've been together 10 though.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, marriage advice. What you think?
Oh man, you gotta like the person you're with. You gotta like spending time with them.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You gotta be able
That's
to
true.
trust them.
Yeah, but you also gotta, in my opinion, and I like that you said that because that's true. You also gotta like who they want to be. You know what I'm saying? I think that relationships get tricky because we meet people. A lot of times we are meeting. You ever go to the okay? Let me say this. You go to the auto show,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we have this big auto show in Detroit, and a lot of the cars there are just concept cars, right? And they're beautiful and they're dope, but they may not be as conducive for the wind flow or for the weight of the car and certain things that have to change. At the auto show, you can fall in love with that car and try to buy that car. The problem is that the developers are not done developing that car.
Mm.
And sometimes you're lucky to get a pre-done version of somebody because that shows them trusting you into letting you into the developer's ring. But you have to like where it's going. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that a lot of times people change in relationships because it's like, well, did we talk about what we were going to do when we got money and how we want it to be when we, how we, it's like certain things that are inevitable to change from the carelessness of meeting someone and being cool, from being like, okay, now we are responsible for one another.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they're projecting what they think the other person should be based
Mm-hmm.
on how that person looks, and they have this, all these boxes that person checks, but they don't really look at them to see what kind of person they really are, where they're
Right.
growing into. That's why a lot of people, when they get together and they're just like, "Oh, we like the same band. Oh, we like the same this," and it's like, well, that's gonna change. That's not gonna be your favorite band forever.
Right.
That's not
Exactly.
gonna be your politics forever.
Exactly. And I think that a lot of times, and these are bonds that we form based on, like, they're damn near like fad bonds. And I never even heard anybody say that before, but it's like a fad bond.
What? Explain that more.
Okay. So like you met this guy in 1992 and then he had the highest high top fade.
Oh my god!
And
House party.
you just love high top fades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had the most boomingest high top fade in the neighborhood, and everybody was talking about his high top fade, and you was his girl, and you was high top fades girl. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, then there starts to be some history that begins to get rooted in that. Cause now y'all are really together and all that. But really this shit was rooted in high top fades. 20 years later, this nigga then went bald.
Mm.
And it's like, man, I didn't even think to begin to plant the seeds of really trying to like you back in the day, or going for somebody who because I didn't even know what I liked. I just like high top fades. You know what I'm saying? Now you just fat bald head nigga. We got 2 kids and they bald, and it's like it ain't no high top fades in the family. You know what I'm saying? Well, where the fuck is all the fades at? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it was just y'all bonded over a fad.
Well, see, here's the thing. This is where nature and humans don't necessarily get along, because naturally, that girl might have been attracted to the high top fade because she's like, "Oh, this dude's got good hair. This is good genes. I want to have a baby with him." Because that's what it comes down to. When you see someone and you're like, "I want to date this person," you're like, "I want to have a baby with them." That's like really primitive level thinking. But humans, I mean, you can't live a life like that.
Right.
A life is 30, 40 years. It's not like, oh, we're gonna get someone pregnant and move on.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's sort of where those two butt heads.
Yeah, it's too much dangerous shit to just let babies just roam around and be raised by the wilderness. Because that's what it would take. Because those are the animals who got to figure it out. Them animals who just fuck and get the fuck. Sea turtles be at a bar in the ocean and be like, "Oh, are you one of my kids? Turn around. Let me see. Oh, you might be one of my. What beach was you born on?" Yup, that's my beach. That's my beach. Get him a drink. This is my son. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, them the animals that got to figure it out. Not saying I want to be like that. I like buying Oculuses for my daughters and all of that. But it's like, I can only imagine. You just drop a seed, move on, drop a seed, move on. The mom, move on. Y'all just got a seed just outside. Y'all just, you know what I'm saying? It's like survival of the fittest.
There are men who do that, but there are very few women who do that.
Yeah, women who do that is a whole different kind of wild. You can't just leave your kids behind like that.
I don't know how anyone does
But
this
I ain't
like 9 months of
but
paid.
but Amir gonna know what I mean when I say this. Pussy probably fire if she could leave her kids behind. Pussy got one life. She like, this pussy got to be around the world. Pussy trash. She gonna sit down like, yeah, ain't nobody checking for this little coochie. But pussy fire, she's out of here. If she's like that, pussy fire.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like something mental going on.
Yeah, exactly. Mental is something crazy. Mental. Harley Quinn, fire pussy.
Here, I saw a tweet and I didn't agree with it, but you guys can tell me. Okay, so this lady, I'm not going to name her name. She seems like maybe she had some relationship trauma in the past. And she said men like to have kids with crazy women because those kids will be warriors. And they don't want to have kids with like nice girls because those kids will be too soft. I was like, lady, you're crazy. But you guys can let me know if that's true or not.
I disagree.
I disagree too, because like a crazy mom can destroy you and you can be nothing. No warrior. You ain't even hard enough to be soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that, you know, I've seen some gangsters grow up with great moms, and I've seen some dudes with crackhead moms grow up to be great dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like stand up individuals. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that the reality that we all need to realize and stop getting on this sympathy for each other is that we all are born to who we're born to for a reason. And you have to fight and stop looking for sympathy from everybody to be like, hey, my mama was a crackhead. It's like, well, nigga, you was born to a crack story. Maybe you're supposed to be this crack bounce back story. Maybe you were sent here to save her. That's your mama. Maybe you supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I look at motherfuckers like Beetlejuice. You ever see that dude Beetlejuice to be on Howard Stern?
The little guy.
Yeah.
They be doing him dirty.
But he famous as hell. You look at him. You think he was bound to be? He'd be everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
It's just like it's one of those things where it's like, man, you better take the hand you dealt and play that motherfucker. Yeah, him. Look at him. Look at him. You think his parents thought he was gonna be Beetlejuice the entertainer?
I think he was 55, but that makes sense. You don't seem like you.
Yeah, he's 55.
Wow,
Yeah.
55.
He looked like he was born in a beer.
Who's that little one? Hezbollah? You ever follow him?
Hasbulla. I don't follow him or nothing. But he just remember Mike Tyson was like cuddling him and kissing on him because he didn't know he was a baby. He didn't know he was a grown man. It was grown man watching that like, man, I wish Mike could grab me like that.
What they gonna do?
Cuddle up on me, man. Mike, cool.
No, and then they started fighting with Mike. He does look like a baby, but he's like 30.
He's like a baby for real. But and he like a badass kid too. Somebody who you want to bully, like, shut up, sit your little ass down. Hasbulla.
Wait, so back to what you're saying. So you do think that we choose our parents?
He look like Larry Bird, a little bitty Larry Bird.
He does.
Tell me he don't look like a little bitty ass Larry Bird.
Let me
He
see.
got that little Larry Bird mouth. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dog. Hasbulla is a little bitty Larry Bird.
Jeez, how tall was Larry Bird? Because he was 6'9".
6'9", yeah.
Oh, everyone in Boston loved him.
Yeah, he was fucking white. He looked like a fucking he looked like a fucking Catholic school dean of students at an all-girls school.
Because I was just growing up when he was just retiring, I think.
He got one of them little bitty racism mouths. I can't explain his mouth. Look like he just says, "Yep, nigger." And another thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just rolls off his little mouth.
He had the bowl cut. Oh
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man,
Oh, no, he had the
80s.
police mustache, low key.
Yeah, he was dirty as hell. Look at him. He just looked like a cigarette and a beer was dinner. And he go out and drop 60 on your favorite team off a Coors Light and the fucking he out there dropping Sweet Home Alabama. Shoot, got one. He just look like, man. Hulk Hogan called him Bird. What's going on over there, brother?
He got a mullet.
He got a mullet. He has a mullet
yeah.
for sure. He type of nigga that called time out to go flip his hot sausages on the grill. Yeah, shout out to him, man. Larry Bird didn't give a fuck about nothing but winning. Him and Magic Johnson hated each other. Then I guess they got some respect later on, I guess.
Yeah, they on a dream team with Mike right there.
That was 92? Man, I don't remember any of that. But yeah. Look at Mike. Mike was handsome.
You like Mike?
I mean, he's handsome. Look at him.
I mean, he looked like a nigga to me. I mean, what am I supposed to...
What?
I'm saying, what you...
Look at him.
That's fucked up. What am I supposed to acknowledge that he looked better than Larry and Magic? Fuck that. These are three niggas in the picture.
You can't acknowledge he looks better.
No, this big bullet head ass nigga. Fuck that. I ain't acknowledging nothing.
He wasn't even that old. He didn't
Duh,
look old.
why is the nigga head got a corner at the top? Alien! And he was too good. He was too good. Cleon! These is 3 aliens. Look at Bird is from a planet of all bird niggas. Him, Hasbulla. They peck their food with little mouths. And look at Magic with that goddamn McDowell's from Coming to America hairline. They have the arch. We have the arcs. Hey, man.
Yo, Michael in his day was the hottest thing there was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look at him.
God.
What?
I didn't know
Oh,
people
God.
necessarily found him attractive.
Yeah, I ain't know that neither. I just thought the nigga was out cold.
It was everybody talk about basketball, like
Yeah.
and I didn't.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense though.
Look
guess-
at him.
I guess it makes sense.
Maya, what are you
You-
trying to do to
You
us?
guys pretend like you don't have eyes.
He looks like a nigga. Like, I know like 6 niggas that look like Michael Jordan.
Really?
It's a dude on Hollywood.
Dog, there's a nigga right now in front of the Chinese theater with a basketball and a Bugs Bunny thing. Listen,
Every
listen.
day, bro.
I mean, okay. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm sorry. Mike is very handsome. He's very handsome. Sorry, Magic and Larry.
They play good basketball. Mike was also handsome. Why do you think he was such a big superstar? All the girls like Michael Jordan.
Where was we at? I never heard the girls talk about, you know who I like?
Yeah,
Bald head, Michael Jordan. Like, no, nobody was like,
then
you were around some 32-year-old women when you were 3 years old, Maya. This is 1992.
Yeah, but now everybody's bald. First, Michael Jordan was bald. Now everybody can be bald.
Who else
After
was
Michael
bald?
Jordan,
Who else was bald?
everybody can be bald now.
Everybody who?
If you start
Magic
going
not
bald,
bald.
no. But if you start going bald, you can shave your head, and that's sexy now.
Jordan did kind
Nah.
of start the ball wave in
Dog.
the '90s.
But a lot of niggas shaved their head not realizing how their head was built. They ain't know they had that little meat ladder in the back of their shit. Them little ripples.
DMX, Tupac, Michael Jordan. Those are guys push the ball.
Let me think.
And then Nas brought the, he's like, all right, we gonna get the clean cut. We gonna get some waves.
Nas brought the fades back
Yeah.
for sure. The ball fade.
Because he was bald. Nas was partially bald at one point.
I feel like Malik Yoba did the ball. Pause.
He did.
Malik Yoba did the ball. Only I'm gonna tell you why. Because he was on primetime television, and it was like it was network. So you was seeing him ball every week. People like Malik Yoba. He another nigga that looked Michael Jordan-esque.
He's a good-looking guy. Look at him. Look at that. Yeah, he's
Yep.
good-looking.
Yeah, but you heard about Malik.
What? I didn't hear about him.
Oh man.
Something happened to him?
Click that picture that's underneath this picture.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah. So what happened with Malik basically is they found out that he was sleeping with men who dress up like women.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he was like, that's what I like. And then go down one more and look at this V-neck. And they tell you everything you need to know. The V-neck is way too V. See that V right there? The font too big on that V.
Capital V.
That's a capital V from a billboard. Like, what are you doing, bruh? So yeah. This nigga got a necklace shirt on. So, and look, he bald with a hairline. His hairline start at the top. He give you a little taste of bald. Then he be like, "Sight, now I'm gonna throw a little hairline on there for y'all niggas." All right, I'm done. I ain't gonna roast Malik, man. I don't want them motherfuckers coming after me. I don't want no smoke.
Did you see that video I sent you
Which one?
about the bird that was suspended in midair?
Yeah, that's old though. I seen that a while ago.
I just saw that right now.
Talk about it's a glitch in the Matrix. I mean, it was a lot of explanations why that bird was stuck right there. You never seen a stuck bird?
No, I've never seen a stuck bird. I mean,
Yeah.
if it was on a wire, I don't see a wire.
I think it's on a spider web or something.
Yeah, Tony just sent me this. I guess it's.
Did you see that face that was next to the moon?
face next to the moon?
Yeah, look that up. What the fuck was that? Let's talk about that. There was so people were outside taking videos of the moon, and a big ass face was in the sky. Just a big face. Like, what was that?
Continue with Google.
I'll tell you what it is. It's China. My bad. I just wanted to say
Select
that.
2 objects that are the same shape. I guess A and A. There we go. Confirm. 2 objects that are the same shape. What? I gotta go through this thing to get onto my TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Verification. Verify you're
Yeah.
a human.
But it should be in Google, though. It should just come up like, oh, I see what you're saying, but you can't really click into it. On my phone, I got 11%. That's not bad.
Okay. Oh, so man, it's not real. Let me see this.
Yeah, turn it up too, because it sounds sweet. What you think, Maya?
I don't think that's real.
What you mean it's not real? It's right there.
Yeah, but you can fake all kind of video now.
Nah, this ain't fake. That's God. God big as hell. Man, God's so big. One day God is gonna bite the moon look like a grape, and we could be like, we all gonna be messed up. Looks like a giant face by the moon.
No, because people put this stuff on TikTok, and like you can make these fake videos now.
You heard about the Epstein Island list getting dropped?
I heard about it, but didn't see any surprises on it.
Didn't they say Bill Clinton and them was on there?
Yeah, we
I mean,
knew
it-
Bill
but-
Clinton was
yeah,
in there.
We already knew that. Bill was like, well, now I just played the saxophone over there. I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was the saxophone.
Yeah, see if there's any surprise names. in there.
Hillary was over there with those kids.
Was she?
Nah, I don't know. I'm just I was just saying like Bill would have said it. That was Hillary. That's probably why she was trying to run for president so she can bury that shit.
Because I think like a lot of people went and they just didn't know. Wasn't like Naomi Campbell? Didn't she go? And it's like I don't think she's having sex with kids.
How you know she didn't have sex with no kids?
This is rich people shit. That's really what it is.
You said
Mhm.
rich people
This
shit.
is rich people shit. If people have money and they run into people like, oh y'all, you going to y'all go, and not have any idea that all the other stuff that they could be doing in the back.
Yeah, I think there's like parties after hours that not everybody goes to because
Mhm.
like why are you going to invite Hillary Clinton to your after hours sex party?
Some people be into that.
No, I know
But-
some people into it, but
I like everybody on there being like a part of the supposed thing. Like I don't, that might be a stretch, but
yeah, I
at the
didn't.
same time, most of the people on there is like fuck them.
I mean, yeah, people say all the time like, oh, once you get rich, you're gonna want to have all this orgies and stuff. I'm like, why? Most
Yeah, I
women
don't-
do
People
that
they
already.
associate that
I
kind
don't
of stuff. with-
understand that.
Yeah, I think they just associate that. Like I said, it's some rich people shit. It's just what everybody thinks that like when you get a certain amount of money, you just end up doing the same thing that other people do too, or whatever.
Yeah.
like it's like that's just what like that's the kind of thing that comes with it. And I was like, there's some truth to some of that, but not necessarily on the level of like what we're talking about here, like sex
Right.
trafficking with children and shit. Like that's not the norm for everybody that has money.
That's like saying like if you like tacos when you broke, you still gonna like tacos when you're rich, but you should like better tacos.
Sometimes a good taco is only $1.50. You know, that's the best taco in town.
Right, but I'm just-
$1.50.
Yeah, but you should have the most exquisite tacos. Like if you rich, I just don't understand. Like if you rich, you should be in circles where you could find somebody better who likes you, so you can keep like you know what I'm saying. Like that's all it is. It's rich is access.
Yeah.
Like people know who you are, and then there's already kind of like a thing baked into it. That's all it is. And so like if you like women, then you get rich. You should get better women. You shouldn't like women then get rich and then want kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
told
saying?
me-
Like something ain't right with that. Like that don't make sense to me.
No. Someone told me one time when I first got out here, they were like, well, you see all these guys, they're going to having all the sex with all the women. So when they get super, super rich, then they turn gay. And I was like,
That don't make no sense.
that's what I said.
That don't
It
make no
doesn't make
sense.
sense.
It's like wait,
They were already been.
they was already gay.
already
If they
gay.
that's like rich gives you the opportunity to be whatever you want to be. Like, why would you want to be something if you're not that already?
Yeah, it
You
doesn't
know what
make
I'm
any
saying?
sense.
It's like that's like saying like you get rich and then you turn fat. It's like I guess that's not a good
That
example.
may because you can afford more food. But they're like, well, you've just gone through all the women, so now you have to try something else, and it's
But you
gonna be
haven't
boys.
gone through all the women though. Like the world is, I don't know. I don't want to say it
That's
like
kind of
that.
like a bogus claim.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. You can't go through all the women. And then it's like you have to find a woman that you like enough to make you feel different about all of that. I think that, that takes me back to the whole point. Is like people got to be diligent enough to either find somebody that's going to be there when you change or wait, then change, then find somebody. Like be who you want to be before you go looking. And if you do go looking before you are able to be who you want to be, make sure you all have an understanding that, hey, this is not my final form. And
Yeah.
uncomfortableness comes along with me reaching my final form. And if you're not along to ride that ride with me to be uncomfortable for whatever reason it is to reach my final form, then you're in some way, shape, or form going to be holding me back from my potential. And that's never going to work. It's always going to clash.
Some women can make it work where they just trap you with a baby. And some men will trap you with a baby too. I think like personality, that's kind of fixed. You got to be there for someone's personality. But for what they're into at the time, that is going to keep changing. But, if someone starts to get really rich and then their personality changes, then you have a problem because they could be
Hmm.
doing drugs or they could be miserable or they could, like someone I know was basically like, he said that he became whatever the girl wanted to be at that time. So the girl that he was trying to seduce never saw his real personality.
Oh, that's scary. Damn.
I feel like that's fairly normal.
What?
Yeah, for a lot of dudes, they don't be truthful. That's why some of the relationships end up, or not relationships, they just, I'll be whatever just so I can get some sex. And then after that, if I'm done with you, then you will see who I actually am.
That's
We're
how
just,
you end up
but
with a
that's
baby
because we're not
mama.
ready to admit that girl sex is bad. If it's bad. Like that can never be the reason. You're always a fuck nigga if you fuck a girl and then you don't want to fuck her no more. It's like, well, I didn't like it. But if a girl fucks you and she don't want to fuck you no more, then you need to grow the fuck up and move on.
I feel like it can go either way when it comes to that. Because men's pride, they don't hear that much about their performance. They just think they put it down every time.
Who, women?
No, dudes, they don't. You don't hear their pride doesn't get hit like that, or it does get hit, but they don't.
Nah,
Women don't give
but I
a
think that
review.
the performative aspect of sex makes a man know, right? Like
I don't think a lot of dudes actually know how to read a woman when it comes to sex.
I disagree. I
Because if
think
you look at the numbers, how many women actually have an orgasm?
right, but it's like women lie all the time anyway. Like it's not like here's the thing.
But who are they lying to protect? This is the man's ego.
Right, but women also lie to protect their fair position of pleasantness in society. So like, women almost would be like, "What's coming?" just to make sure that they look like they're not the kind of girl that's out here humping pillows and sinks and doing all that wild shit. Like women will exonerate themselves from the truth because they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like that's baked into society the way that women have to some women come up like let's say like girls come up with the goody two shoe. Like that's why like a sexually assertive woman is looked at horribly versus a sexually assertive dude is looked at as pretty much normal, even though both of them are normal. It's just that the societal norms have said that there's a cap on what women can be as it pertains to sex and sexuality, and some women have bought into that. And so the only way that they can maneuver around that is to be dishonest and distruthful about some of their sexcapades and things that they go through sexually, because society almost don't want to hear it yet. Society will almost rather see two gay men have sex on camera than they would to have a woman discuss her sexual nature, which is crazy. Which is kind of crazy when you really think about it like that. Like they will accept P Valley before they accept
Well, Sex in the City. But I guess the one that
Run the World.
Run the World.
run the world was like the black Sex in the City.
Mm.
Black women being assertively sexual and and all of that. But then you look at a P Valley where I mean, it was some scenes on there. I was like, yo, this is crazy to see on television so soon in their revolution of appropriateness based on what's new and what's not. I always joke, like, they make gay look fun as hell. You take off like, all the sex shit and all that, the rights and the parades and all that shit looks lit. Heterosexuality been out for eons. Our fucking PR department is terrible.
Well,
but that will probably go back to my point, was like not actually communicating, but also not reading each other either. And it's because it's viewed in a way where it has to be like the man dominates the woman every time. And that doesn't necessarily lead to good sex or putting it down or whatever the case may be. The dude will just do whatever. You hit her, and that's what it is. That's your claim to fame. I did it. It's whatever. You can say whatever the hell you want. I still feel like you put it down, and that's your word.
But guess what though? But this all I'm trying to say. That same dude can hit another girl and her the same way he hit girl A. He can hit girl B and fall in love because girl B shit can be better than girl A. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing.
Right. But they always tell us that guy B can be definitely better than guy A. And guy D, who got the D, can be better than guy C. But that's a norm. But they don't talk about, like, that's like a mute point of, like, dog, there's whack girl sex.
Yeah, but I feel like it's because when it's brought up, the guy's dishonest because he's saying it from a point of being hurt.
I agree.
And that's the norm.
And that's the norm, but it's also the norm that girls do the same thing. Girls do the same thing. Like, you with a guy for 6 years, and then the second he break your heart, he wasn't shit in bed, and da-da-da-da. It's like, what are you talking about? But the 6 years, so you was just, you literally admit to just using this nigga for whatever you can get out of him, knowing that the sex wasn't up to par with you.
Well, there's more to life than sex.
Well, people say
there's more
that.
to relationships.
So then
than
why
sex.
is that the first thing that gets attacked? If it's more to life than that.
I don't know.
It's more about,
it's like being, it's more to life than how somebody makes an omelet. It's more to life than a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's more to life than the kind of car you drive. It's more to life than how tall or short somebody is. I get that, but it's really not a lot more to life as it pertains to your connection to a mate than sex. And we got to stop acting like it's not, because then somebody act like it's not a big deal. That's fine. So then when your man just want to fuck somebody, all of a sudden it's a huge deal, because it ain't more to life to sex if your man decided to fuck somebody, because sex is nothing. Right? Women love saying that. Oh, it's more to life. Sex is not important. Cool. Then let your dude fuck somebody else. All of a sudden, sex becomes a detrimental spiritual thing that has a connection, and it feels like, and it's like, so then we gotta stop acting like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's okay. I think that the real fragile ego is with the women, because the men, we get abused all the time. Like the joke is on us sexually all the time. Women can never survive the joke being on them sexually. There's not nearly as many. I'm a comedian. It's not nearly as many bad pussy jokes as it is little dick jokes in the encyclopedia of joke library. Women cannot handle that.
I feel okay. So, because men can improve their game. Like Tony, if you ever get him to tell this story, he used to work for instructional. Oh no, am I not supposed to tell this? Instructional sex site for like a month or so.
Tony told me that. Well, he told me that he used to work in porn, basically.
Well, he didn't make a career out of it, even though we would have a lot more money if he did. But he didn't make a career out of it because he thought it was exploiting the women. But there's these sites where men can go to and learn their craft better.
Mm-hmm.
So they can do that. Whereas women, I feel, I had a friend one time, this was many, many years ago, where she was too good at it. And the guy just assumed that she did that professionally, and she never spoke to this person again. So a woman can't be out here being like too good at it.
And a lot of dudes don't want an experienced woman.
There's some. Well, here's the thing.
As you get older, that shit doesn't matter.
I was about to say, as you get older, that shit doesn't matter. But the problem is that all the egos are so fragile in that in like that post-adolescent age. So it's like, man, I remember like early on in college, my roommate had hooked me up with this chick, and she was hella experienced. And then we had a good time. And then she hit me up like, hey, you want to go to the movies? And I was like, bitch, I'm not about to be seen with you. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
And it's like,
you just contradicted what you. But I guess you were
I was
young.
young.
You were young.
I was young, and I didn't realize. Later on, I realized like, dang, like there's a certain assertiveness that you don't find a lot, because a lot of women have not allowed themselves to be free from that judgment of sexuality. And there's another side to it other than what we have been taught by our mothers and our grandmothers and all that. There's another freedom to it. You ain't got to be Miss B nasty, right? But there is a certain level of control that sex doesn't have over you when you approach it. Like, I mean, you know, like when you approach it like you respect it and you let it be known that you respect it, versus women being like, I could just, you know what I'm saying? Like sex ain't, you know, because it's like, that's not true neither. It's a fine line, you know what I'm saying? Where, you know, but yeah, I swear to God, I was like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Don't ever call me up going to the movies, bitch. And then, you know, but I'm like, you know, trying to be popular. This is school. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, that it was like, damn, like, nigga, like, you know, there was nothing wrong with that at all at that time. You know what I'm saying? Then you look back and you're like, man, she probably hates me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Well,
I'm sure she hates me.
if
Probably.
you ever find her on Facebook, just say you're sorry. It's all right.
I forgot her name. I don't even know anymore.
Oh,
Fucking life is long. I don't remember. All I remember is just the story. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't put a face. She could walk in here, I'd be like, is that the girl? You know what I'm saying? I just remember this story vividly, like, damn.
well,
You
she
know what I'm
might watch
saying?
this and know.
Probably. You know what I'm saying? Probably.
I feel not everybody is so obsessed with sex like that. Like, I got lucky because, you know, obviously he used to edit instructional videos, so I got lucky. But for me, that's like not the top thing that I look for.
Got you.
It's just not like
So
being
here's
able
the
to talk
thing.
to a person.
Yeah. And so here's the thing. I think that libido is like gas mileage. Like, it's eventually going to come up.
Mm.
It's eventually going to come up. This is a great car, but how far can we go with this gas mileage? I love this car. I know, but how far can you go? Yeah, but it smells good. Leather seats. Right. But how many times are you at the gas station? How many times do you have to reassure this car and fill this car up? Because this car, you know, it's not, it's just like, so I feel you when you say that, because I think that there's so much to life after an orgasm, right? After it's like the afterglow. Now it's like we're talking and there's a connection there. I get it, but it's like people gotta stop acting like it's not as big of a deal as it is. You
Yeah, I
know
mean,
what I'm
it's a big deal. It's definitely a big deal. Yeah, I would say it's a big deal. I was not the biggest deal because I'm
It's
like,
not
is he
right.
going to
It's
give me
not
healthy children?
right. Is it gonna give
Attractive,
you
healthy children.
Right. Is she someone who can I not be annoyed? You know what I'm saying? Like, is she, because, you know, like, what? I remember like in high school, I was kicking with this chick that I could not stand. I was like, yo, this bitch is so annoying, but sex is fun. But she's like, wow, like I can't get over how annoying this is. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, I'm so annoyed.
Dudes think with their dicks. That's what I have to watch out for with Roman too. I'm gonna be like, yo, do
Roman
you like
is
her?
8 months old. You
He's
hear her
4
up there?
months old.
Roman's gonna think with his dick. I know he is. I tell about how he kicks. I know.
I couldn't do it. I actually have to like you to some capacity.
Well, here's the thing though. Bring us back to our whole original point, because women do the same thing. Well, I've seen the meme where girls be like, I hide my crazy real good until I got him where he can't leave. Then it's like, I'm jealous and controlling it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Because I want to see his location.
No,
Just 'cause
not
I wanna
that.
see
No,
his
it's not that.
location.
No, it's not
I
that.
just want to know he's okay. Is all.
What is crazy? I guess that's really what it is. Like, what is crazy?
Oh no, the
Right.
girls are crazy. Girls can
I
be
know
crazy.
they can be crazy,
and
but
you
dudes
gotta
can
like
be
keep
crazy
it.
too. I've
you
Girls-
gotta keep
girls-
it down.
girls-
stalking
girls-
shit.
Here's my thing. Girls are crazy with manipulation. Guys are crazy with like direct rage type of like threatening type of behavior. And so that to me, that separates the two. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that both of them are dangerous in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Because, but yeah, I think that a woman who is smart and cunning with her shit knows how to inadvertently, without even trying, manipulate her man to do whatever she needs him to do. And that is a gift that has been bestowed upon women that makes you think. It's almost like when you can't hear, you can see better, right?
Mhm.
When you can't see, you can smell and taste better, because it's like, don't look at the strength of the vessel, right? Look at the mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, women have a different mindset than men do, a very more calculated mindset, very, it's almost cautious, but damn, I'm stuttering. It's like pouncing. It's like pouncing. Women pounce. Men are like ambush predators.
Mm.
Women are like stalk, 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 tall grass. You look over here, you don't see her. You know what I'm saying? Stalk, 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 stalk. You know what I'm saying? Like, men are like just, just chase, make all the noise. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Pure
I think
energy.
that, yeah, but I think that,
Physicality.
both of those personalities suit each other.
Yeah, some women are a lot worse than others. Like the way women go at each other is
Mhm.
reputation destruction, talking shit behind each other's backs, kind of things like that, like trying to
Mm.
get at your man and stuff. But just like there are some dudes that are, super big and super strong, and they could throw down in a fight, they just don't. It's the
Right.
same thing with women. You could see this woman, she's smart, she's whatever. She just wouldn't do that. And so I don't know how you necessarily find out early in a relationship what kind you're dealing with.
Oh, but you just said a mouthful on Maya, because you're right. It be some dudes out here, you be like, man, you think he's big and muscles and he gonna protect you, and then he really can't fight and he get his ass whooped. And then you like, fuck. I'm not saying that's the only reason I was with you, but it's one of the reasons why I respected you. Like I respected that about you, your stature and your strength and the way that you carried yourself. And now I see that anybody can just whip your ass, and now it's like, right? And it's like, when you see a woman that's beautiful and she got her shit going on, you're like, God damn, you smell good. But then it's like, beauty and sex correlate. And I think that's where women get mad at us. Like, the beauty and the sex correlate for a man. And I don't know if I'm a man, so I don't know. But it's like, when you look at a woman, Amir, back me up. Like, when you looking at a woman, her attractiveness, does that lend to a sexual feeling for you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
'Cause
saying?
I'm not gonna mess with no girl that's ugly.
Exactly. But here's the thing, though. Being beautiful and then having bad sex is so strange, because it's like, you're sexy. And you like,
Well,
so you almost,
that might just be an assumption that you shouldn't have.
right.
Yeah.
But that's the assumption that
But I
the
think
big
it's
nigga can
it's
beat somebody up.
I think it's the allure of it, is that you look at somebody, you think that they would have all these qualities and all these things like that. That's the allure of things. That's why people say looks don't matter as much as all the other stuff that
Right.
comes along with it.
Right.
That's where that comes from. But I want people to be real though, and don't rule out looks, because then you're with somebody, and then say you're with them, and then it's like every day you gotta look and be like, that person treated me like trash and it was ugly.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but yeah, a 7 can take your man, or a 6 can take your man if they're good in bed, and that's something that women should know. Just because you're super hot does not mean a 7 can't come up here and take your man. You got to watch out for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because super hot most of the time don't even know what they doing. And then them 7s come in, be living that 7 like, whoa, whoa, yeah, be out here 7ing it up. 7 up. That's where that 7 up pop came from. She come in the room and crack that 7 up on your ass. You be like, God damn, 7 up. Hey, dog, that bitch come in and crack a 7 up on you. But nah, I feel you, I feel you. What
People
else?
gotta realize that sometimes you're just not compatible with people when it comes to sex too. Some people just like different things and like to explore different things and feel differently, and it's like a process. You either work with that person or you just gotta let it go. Like
Yeah.
realize that ain't it.
Yep. And I think that's our own arrogance. It's like you think, okay, we all know everybody not for everybody.
Mhm.
But you damn sure believe everybody for you. You like, yeah, everybody ain't for everybody. But
Yeah.
me, I'm for every, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're not. You're really not. It's crazy. 2023, we acknowledged that aliens exist, and then nobody gave a fuck.
Nobody cares.
Cause they put out that bullshit at the conference. Them paper mache aliens.
They was not paper mache, man. That was
paper mache aliens.
man.
It's like cat bones, fish bones.
Like what is that?
Y'all just. It was rare metals found inside of the that aren't even human earthly metals.
And they look like
They were 1,000 years old.
It looked like the creature from what's the name? From SpongeBob, the old lady.
Look at these little niggas.
That somebody sculpted that. They took their time. Sculpted that.
I can't believe y'all don't want to believe nothing, man. They showed us. It's just that we knew it was going to be anticlimactic. These are mummies. These are like alien mummies. Think about it if they went to another planet and showed them some of our mummies. And they'd be like, these motherfuckers don't exist. Get the fuck out of here with these bullshit. Meanwhile, this is thousands of years ago. These niggas done got advanced, way more advanced, littler heads. All of them don't look like they whistling. Come on, man.
That looks like a cake.
Yeah. You just saying that.
Someone made a cake.
Oh
You
my
just saying
God.
that because they cut it, man. Y'all ain't nothing. Yeah, it says somebody said they was Play-Doh aliens. What the aliens supposed to, all right now, when them aliens come fuck you up. Can I tell you something else too? This is where it gets tricky. So the aliens that one of the things that they've been known to do is decalcify shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turn shit into stone. These niggas got attacked by, and this is what, like, they got decalcified.
I don't know.
Come on.
Look at that.
They got decalcified. Like they literally got hit with that beam and it turned their ass into stone. People who don't know, this is documented in the documents that came out about like 8 months ago about the UFOs, about the case in Russia where like 23 or 26 Russian soldiers were encountered by a UFO. One of them took a shot at the UFO. The UFO decided to come fuck them up, came down. 4 or 5 little aliens merged into a ball of light, bright energy and turned everybody who could see it into stone pillars. They took the stones, and we talked about it on here. They took the stones, went to study them, et cetera, et cetera. One of the aliens was killed in the process. And this is all documented Russia type shit. So, of course, it's like, you know, we on a need-to-know basis, and we're just Americans not knowing shit. But that's what happened, though.
Did we talk about that on this podcast?
Yes, we did. I wish I knew what episode, but we talked about it on this podcast.
I don't know if we talked about. We should talk about it on this podcast.
And
I don't know if we did.
No, I remember. And it was just kind of like brushed under the rug. Like, yeah, that's what happened. Russian soldiers, ain't that crazy? Like a folk tale. Like, there ain't no goddamn folklore. That's what happened.
It is folklore. It's Lot's wife got turned to a pillar of salt. So
Right,
it is stories
exactly.
going around.
But there are stories like that, right? But understand that it's like in the Bible, they're talking about something else other than, you know, they have only a few words to describe certain things. But to have that happen in modern day, and that's like their weapon of choice is to decalcify motherfuckers and turn them into just stone. I mean, you know, look it up though. Can you look it up or like?
Oh yeah, I'm looking it up right now, and that's why I said that I don't know if we talked about it because there's this paper. So this is from the CIA. So I got this off the CIA website, but it is a story. That's why I was like, no, I would have.
Yeah, that was the document. But of course, they have videos of people just kind of like paraphrasing the whole document and explaining to you what happened.
I don't think we talked about this on the
We did,
podcast.
man.
Did we
We
talk
touched
about
on
this?
it a little bit. I think he was showing a video too, right?
Was
Yeah.
I here? Was I given?
You might
birth?
have been.
You might have been gone.
Zoom, maybe. Oh no,
But
no.
no,
Oh,
no,
actually, no.
I-
I think you were
you
gone.
were-
Actually, that might be why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That might have been the time it was like August. So you probably.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then that makes sense. So then I want to talk about it with you here because this was like a deep story, and this is like in the 80s. Yeah, with the KGB, a 250-page report.
They always lie, though.
Who lies? The KGB.
KGB always lies. The Russians are good at lying. They are the best. But I'm not saying that they necessarily did lie.
Hold on, go back to that real quick. Can we just go back to that?
This document?
The one where it explained, it kind of like discussed what Rogan discussed. So right there, alleged Sierra report. And they say alleged too, so of course you got to take everything with a grain of whatever the fuck those aliens were made of. But stop right there. Let's see. According to Rogan, the report suggests that the saucer-shaped spacecraft flew low above a Russian army unit during a routine training exercise. Then a member of the unit fired a surface-to-air missile, hitting the UFO, and it crashed nearby. 5 humanoid creatures, short in stature with large heads and black eyes, emerged from the wreckage, he said. And this is where shit gets fucking crazy. Can we hear what he said about it?
Yeah, sure.
Supposedly shot at a low-flying spaceship. Look at it. According to the KGB materials, a quite low-flying spaceship in the shape of a saucer appeared above a military unit that was conducting routine training maneuvers. For unknown reasons, somebody unexpectedly launched a surface-to-air missile and hit the UFO. It fell to Earth not far away, and 5 short humanoids with large heads and large black eyes emerged from it. It is stated in the testimonies by the 2 soldiers who remained alive that after freeing themselves from the debris, the aliens came close together and then merged into a single object that acquired a spherical shape. That object began to buzz and hiss sharply and then became brilliant white. In a few seconds, the spheres grew much bigger and exploded by flaring up with an extremely bright light. At that very instant, 23 soldiers who had watched the phenomenon turned into stone poles. Yeah, only 2 soldiers who stood in the shade and were less exposed to the luminous explosion survived.
No shit.
The KGB report goes on to say that the remains of the UFO and the petrified soldiers were transferred to a secret scientific research institution near Moscow. Specialists assume that a source of energy that is still unknown to Earthlings instantly changed the structure of the soldiers' living organisms, having transformed it into a substance whose molecular composition is no different from that of limestone. Oh my God.
It turned them into limestone.
Now, you know what's crazy about that? Is all these giants that we have faces into the mountains, like everything has been turned into like a stone, and it seems like it happened instantly. Like the faces that you see in some of these mountainsides, like, you know, this starts to, and so then this is why I know that we talked about this, because I said, then what of the Terracotta Army?
Yeah, in China.
Right.
Where they unearthed that Terracotta Army.
And it's like, dog, then it makes you think, like, you know, of course a guy would bring an army of 8,000 thinking that he can help and defend himself against something like that. And if that was the weapon that it could use, anything that the light touches becomes stone, then it's like, yeah, I could see an army of 8,000.
But you see the Egyptians had all these burial rituals.
Right.
That they thought that the spirit would go on to the other side. So I'm not necessarily going to say for this. What didn't make sense with what Joe Rogan just said is that they would be turned into pillars and
Right,
not
stone
statues.
poles. Right.
Yeah. Because I would expect them to be turned into something like this.
I agree. I think that I don't know, but then you think about things like Stonehenge and the way that those things are arranged, and you know, or the ability to change matter into another matter. Now let's talk about how they built the pyramids. And now let's talk about what that looked like if they could change matter from, say, wood into heavy stone, just based on, you know.
I think they would still be heavy stone for the pyramids. It would be how they got it there, because they don't have wood like that.
Right, I got you, but I'm just saying, like, you know, or sand. You know, like,
Well, the earth changes sand into stone. That's what the earth
But
does.
the earth also changes people into limestone over millions of years. But if you had a process that could
fossilization.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
do it very, very quickly, like instantaneously.
What he describes was some sort of light that did it.
Well, yeah, there was like I guess they formed into like an energy, and so you start to think about the things that are possible with things that we don't even know how to fathom.
Yeah, assuming that story was real, which we are for now.
I just think it's crazy.
What happened here? Yeah, assuming that story is real, then that's something to look at. I like to look at what the CIA put out. It's Jerusalem Post. Because this has a 250-page document. This one here is only a 1-page document. In Kiev. That happened in the 80s. That's really interesting. I'd like to see the rest of it. The CIA will just drop stuff and be like, yeah, we told you about it. But it's like a 250-page document that they put at the end of their website. Yeah. Oh, so. No, this is different. All right. Well, I'll look it up and see if we can find anything more on that.
Yeah, that's dope. Okay. Yeah, man, I guess it's a good place to stop, man. We've been going for a little minute, man. Anyway, Happy New Year, guys. We took a couple of weeks off. Just the way scheduling went, man, which is just crazy. Just the holiday, but we're back. And always the questions, never the answers. Let us know what you guys think about some of the stuff that we talked about today, like in the comments. What do y'all think about this story? It always comes back to this story as it pertains to whether or not aliens are quote unquote UFOs or UAPs are going to be safe to engage. And this story always gets brought up as something that reminds you of something biblical, because they was salt pillars, right?
When Lot's wife looked back
Yeah.
on Sodom and Gomorrah, she got turned into a pillar of
A
salt.
pillar of salt. Now, once again, why not a statue? Right? Like, why not stone? Turn her to stone. But for them to say a pillar is so when things start to happen like that, where it's like these CIA documents, some of this like mirrors the Bible and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this document, if somebody to come and read this document, it would damn near be like a chronological charting of the events that took place during our lifetime that would look like a new Bible.
Yeah. We should keep writing the Bible. I don't know why we stopped. We could keep adding to it.
Because is the Bible was like the old Wikipedia.
That's the one book they had.
Yeah, they just kept adding to it. There was a bunch of dudes like, and then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you know what'd be dope? Look, let me see. Give it to me. Ting, 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 ting. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, tap in with us, man. Let us know what you guys think about some of the stuff that we talked about. And keep sending us stuff, man. And I want to talk about that Obama movie, too. I have to watch it.
You have to watch it. I watched it.
Yeah, my wife watched it. I got mad. And I'm on strike about watching it because she watched it without me. But I'm going to go ahead and check it out. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. CP, Maya, Amir, we out of here.